We got some corn tasseling here.
This sweet corn, and sweet corn in general, usually needs a lot more nutrients than I'm used to giving corn, because I grow dent corn and I grow that really well. The varieties that I grow thrive with little to no maintenance, and these were just tossed in here kind of quick, and that's my bad. Also, not sure what happened here. I had Hutterite bush here. The rest of those there are red swan bush, and they're doing great. Production happening. So I'm not sure if Hutterite bush beans just don't like it here or what, but I'm going to replant this with clay bush pea. That's from Reverend J.T. Harris in East Texas, which is where we are. So I'm going to see. Got garlic that I planted coming up real nice. I just finished I was going to put more sweet corn in this bed, but this one is bigger, and I've already got a lot of horse manure on it. Allegedly, we can grow sweet corn from seed here until like October, so I'm going to give it a shot, but I'm going to add in a lot of horse manure, aged horse manure. This bed is going to be for the tomatoes, so I'm going to get it nice and fluffed up, and I'm going to amend with a little horse manure as well. This year has really seen my appreciation of flowers grow exponentially. We've had elderflower, rose, and gardenia all blooming at once, and I can't explain to you how wonderful it is to step outside your door and smell all three of those at once. It is amazing. I've always planted flowers here and there, but after this year and smelling all of those wonderful scents, I'm going to be planting even more in the future. We're here in front of the greenhouse. Right now I have a project where I am deconstructing a previous project. Over here and here I had some raised beds that I had some herbs in. Here's where the apple mint still is. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I'm going to remove the bricks and take the soil out. I'm also going to move these tubs. In here are Egyptian walking onions, and they've never walked anywhere. And I want to put them in a better place so they can spread out. Also, my chickens really like them. They're nibbling on them a bit too much when they free range here. I also want to see if the bulbs are really edible or not, if they're really good for cooking. We'll see. I want to sift the soil and get it into the compost bin. I know it's just been sitting here in these tubs, but it wasn't great soil when I first got it, so I'd like to just run it through the compost for about a year, get it up to snuff for some of the bigger vegetable beds. But I want to get rid of these tubs. I'm not really big on a lot of plastic for growing food anymore. I was always looking for alternative containers. And these protein tubs, I mean, they're great for that. They don't last very long. These were already kind of brittle when we got them, and we got them for free. And they were already brittle then, and they're kind of breaking apart now. And I don't really want plastic shards in my growing media. Might end up with some potted plants here, maybe some citrus in like some big pots, so I can just move them quickly inside the greenhouse whenever it's time for freeze. Woo! It's been in there a long time. I did mound up the soil around it though. Ooh, smells oniony. Trying to negotiate how this is gonna go. Set these to the side. They're hardy, but I don't want to damage them too bad. Definitely had a lot of snails. Gonna run this through the compost though. In a year, we'll see how it is. dusting it up because I'm about to toss it in the compost bay. This one might be a bit heavier. This one might be a little bit more difficult to move. But got some pretty great roots. This is what the tubers of the walking onion look like below ground. I haven't had any above ground harvests really, and I think that's the main reason why I'm wanting to move these. See if I can get the above ground to do well. Though it is nice and vibrant and green, I think the chicken's pecking at it constantly. It's not necessarily the best thing. Whoa! That's what I mean. It broke. Okay, so mild disaster, but I was kind of expecting it. See? One thing that's okay about this soil now that I've come to really understand gardening in almost pure sand, is that the soil, this one, has a bit of clay in it, and I didn't really like that when I was first starting out. I've had these beds in this soil for forever. But now I'm starting to wish I had just a little more clay in my soil. Its water holding capabilities compared to sand is notable. Alright, load 2. Okay, now I'm going to get all of these bricks up, toss them into the wheelbarrow, and put them someplace else. Then get all the rest of this dirt and soil. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the mint yet, but I'm gonna dig it all up for sure, and we'll move on from there. Well, it's done. I have been putting this project off for months, and I'm really happy to have it done. It looks really good. It looks a lot better than I thought it would. I'm glad to have the bricks out. If you're looking to use bricks or reuse bricks, don't be like me. If they have those holes down they look like this, put them down like this where there's no holes. I just slung them in with the holes towards the ground like this, ground contact. Bad, because of course dirt gets in there and there's roots from plants and grasses growing in there. Not a good idea. If you're going to use them, do it like this. But those are going to be for another project, and so now I'm going to get to planting all this Egyptian walking onion. I'm thinking about putting it further out in the orchard so that it deters deer, and that way also gives it a lot of room to spread out, and the chickens don't go to the furthest part of the orchard as much as they have to walk by here and nip at them. So we'll try that. It's a good day. I think today is tropical Capricorn. Either way, it's a waning moon right after a blue moon. It's a good time to plant root vegetables. I'm also going to be planting some more garlic because I'm starting to think now you can never have too much. Alright, so we have this aronia here. I got it about 2 years ago. And just here along the fence I've got 1, 2, 3 Puerto Rican black beans that my mom gave me. Here's something I'm particularly proud of. I have a watermelon patch. It's been a while since I've successfully grown watermelon. We've already got some flowers here. These are 3 or 4 varieties. I believe like another few heirloom varieties. It's looking pretty good. Avoiding this mass of pretty blue flowers, blue and yellow. I don't know what these are. They just showed up. They're really pretty, and the pollinators like them, so I haven't weeded it out yet. I'm sure I will before too long, because it is a grass, these blue flowers here, and they're taking over. And this is the corn. I went ahead and replanted a whole new bed with the Art Varel sweet corn and also some other sweet corn variety that I found at Tractor Supply. Got the tomato bed. I'm using cages this year. I tried the Florida Weave. I'm not growing enough tomato plants every year to justify doing all of that, and plus I don't like trying to get the crop residue out with all of that jute twine. 14 plants here, tomato plants and 2 tomatillo plants. So for those that are not in a cage, I'm going to use these clips my mom gave me. I just stick a stake in the ground and then clip them to the stake. So we'll see. All heirloom varieties, Kellogg's Breakfast, Rosso, and a third variety I can't recall. Here's a tomatillo. It was flowering, but pulled the flowers off, and now it's going to get nice and bushy. I don't weed very much in the garden because, like this row is going to be all peppers. And so right now, these weeds are holding the soil, pulling in some moisture, and when I cut them and dig them out as I plant the peppers, I'm just going to use it as mulch. Here's some amaranth. I planted these as seedlings, and they were getting kind of eaten up, but the bigger leaves, the newer leaves, are looking really well. I've fertilized. When I did this bed, I did it also in horse manure, horse stall bedding. And then there's another tomatillo that will get bushy, I hope. Speaking of bushy, bush beans didn't do too great this year. I'm usually really good at growing them. These were Hutterite, and I mean, they were doing okay. I did get a pretty decent yield. I'm going to let these dry, and then I'm going to work in this bed a little bit. I have some clay peas here growing, and they're jumping out of the ground. The bush sweet potatoes are looking great. There is a rabbit coming in here and eating, and I need to do something about it, but so far so good on the Vardaman bush sweet potatoes. Again, I've got some clay peas. Garlic. Here are more Vardaman bush sweet potatoes, and they're kind of growing. Got some more clay peas right there. They're growing under corn. Corn is really tall. This is Bloody Butcher dent corn. It has tasseled. We've got silks. It's been raining a lot. It's been windy a lot, so I'm hoping everything got pollinated. I can always kind of tell. I can feel it. Yeah. I also have some holy basil here that I've been pinching the tops off. If you take off the flowering tips like that, the plant gets bushier. And you get more tea to drink, which I love Tulsi for its benefits as an adaptogen. Adaptogens help you handle stresses better. And so as we walk down Sweet Potato Lane here, that's the end of my part of the garden. I think we're doing great. Here we have Pete's Purple Monarda. That is a pink lady apple tree I got from a lady at a flea market. This Monarda has spread a lot. It tastes really good in tea. Very prolific. And then in this bed also we have 1, 2, 3 bush cherries. These are Nankings. I got them from Tractor Supply when they had like that end of season sale. And that's Korean bush cherry. There was a gumi here, but it didn't like it. But then we had planted it next to this huge Mexican plum. The plum exploded. We bought 2 of these plums, and the one that was next to the nitrogen fixer has shot up. You'll see the other one here in a minute. This is a fig tree that came free with an order from Etsy. I just stuck it in the ground. It's doing pretty great. Lots and lots and lots and lots of holy basil. Every time the seed heads dry, I just take them and smack them all over the place so we can get more, because I just love it so much. The pollinators love both of them, both of the flowers. Here's this Mexican plum. Now see this one compared to that one. This is a pineapple guava that died. Some of them like it here. Like this one's coming back from that winter freeze. This one really liked it though. I have another huge one and another orchard row. Need to come and make this a much bushier Tulsi, but since I just saw a bee or 3 on it, I'm gonna leave it alone until this afternoon. I have a peach tree here. Got eaten up by deer, still is, but that's okay. And the burlap is for when we first planted it, keep the chickens off of the wood chips. Not much in this row, except all these blueberries. This is basically all blueberries and tiger lilies and grass. The grass is important because it holds on to moisture in the morning and keeps the ground cool for the rest of the day. Also, if you can hear the bees, they like the grass too. And this is pretty much blueberries. Right now, we would be picking pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds of berries, but that late freeze really kind of did us in. A lot of people lost blueberries and peaches. It's a complete bust on this season. This is a plum tree, another blueberry. This is a golden currant. Hopefully, maybe next year or the year after, we can get some berries off of it. This is a ginkgo tree. Below the ginkgo, we've got volunteer or bird-planted Mexican sour gherkins. This will be the 2nd year in a row this patch has grown sour gherkins. They trellis up blades of grass. And the cucumbers are delicious. I eat them. I ate them last year. I pickled them. So I'm never planting Mexican sour gherkins again. Red bee balm. Maybe another sour gherkin coming up. And this is a gumi. Got this last year. It's doing pretty good. It did flower, but I'm not expecting any berries off of either of the gumis that I have for a while. Another plum. It's growing out nicely. This is another gumi. I've been having some trouble with some of my older apples. This was a pink lady, and even some of my newer apples. Some of the apples, they're getting green leaves and they're looking good, and then the leaves shrivel up and they die. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I got a plum off of this tree. This is definitely a Bruce. I got a plum off of it last year, but I think that's just because one of the branches was just bent and it produced. So this year I'm not really going to be looking for fruit because I know everything's stressed out. Another blueberry and a peach. This is the most food foresty row so far. Got another golden currant and another right there. Another plum, and there's an aronia here. This is another redskin peach. And then the new row is sea berry. There's one there. There's a few more over there. So this is peaches. This part is really fun. So it's peach, blueberry. Over here we have Penstemon digitalis. Got another aronia. Also have a mulberry hidden by this native pollinator attractor that we forgot the name of, but it is taking over. It even said on the tag it would do that, but my husband planted it anyway, and that's okay. Like, this is going to be great for this mulberry, to be protected from the deer. The deer love to eat mulberry seedlings. This is germander, planted by my husband, pollinator attractor. It's another mulberry that I'll have to move as soon as it gets big enough. This part is so thick with this flowering native I can't even walk through. A word. If you can't do swales, if you don't have the equipment, or you don't have the means, or your yard is too small, just use woody debris like this. These logs stop water very, very well, and I have it through the entirety. And then some plants that I know need water. Like, I think that aronia is really happy because of these logs. It stops the water. It really helps. Sea berry. Coursing through the jungle here. I see another blueberry. Peach. I think there's another blueberry in here. There's definitely another sea berry. This is another plum. Should be coming up on another sea berry. Yep. Amistad, I believe. Salvia. This is a mulberry. It got hit by ambrosia beetle. I had 2 that got hit by ambrosia beetle. This one and another one. One died. This one lived. Put a lot of compost tea on it. This is another bee balm. I'm just discovering right now. I remembered I planted here, so that's good that it's coming up. Texas sage, barometer bush. This is kind of my favorite part of just winding through here. So we have another pineapple guava. This mulberry died in the freeze, but it's coming back. Mint, my first successful foray at growing mint. Lots of Tulsi, cherry, mint, agostiki, bush cherry, peach, bush cherry. This is Gaillardia purple flowered. It's really pretty. And I use these blocks to keep the chickens from kicking them up. This is an actual designed orchard that I wanted peaches and cherries, because I love peaches and cherries. So cherry, peach, cherry, peach, cherry, peach, cherry, peach. There's a cherry over there. And in between, I have been putting these native pollinator attractors. So this is Calliophus cherry. Got another cherry there. Another peach. And this peach tree has peaches. Another cherry. Another peach. This is a loring. This is a Mexican mint marigold. And another agosticate. Right here. We're walking to the last bit. This is a stormwater detention basin that I dug by hand. I don't know how many gallons it is. Not huge. It isn't filling up with water like it used to. Like when I dug this last year, I could reliably, every rain, count on it filling up. But now, even though we've just had 3 days of straight rain, I'm not getting that. So I'm not sure if it's just that now there's plants growing in it. I don't think so. Probably more to do with that giant mass of sweet gum there, but anyway. It holds water and it's definitely effective. Another barometer bush. This is salad brunette from a seed packet of a whole bunch of seed packets that I threw out when I was cleaning out my seed box. And it's been growing here for years now. Another seaberry, hazelnut. This is another apple tree. Again, it was looking great. This is a younger one and now the leaves are browning up and drying up. I'm not sure what's going on. Another hazelnut. Peach tree that died back, but I'm not too upset about peach trees dying back and coming back from the graft because I would like to graft onto them. But I'm not upset about what happens with any plant really because it's showing me something. This is a mulberry, seaberry. This is a Crandall Black Currant and it's doing great. I put it in the shade for a while and it did not like it. And once I moved it to this sunnier spot, it started really picking up. So I'm interested in seeing how that does. A goji berry, tiny mulberry. And then all through here, it's hazelnut, mulberry, seaberry, apples and peaches. And that's pretty much it. There's still a lot of work to be done. There's still a lot of plants and trees that I want to plant, especially in the winter. And we're going to be rolling into our fall garden here shortly. And so I have a lot of work to do with mulching and preparing the ground and fertilizing and things like that for that here in a few weeks. But until next time, thank you for watching and take care. Bye.